So, it's been a while. Hey. So it's been a while since I've posted on YouTube and Instagram. I know I've only posted on YouTube once, and I do apologise for that. But this video is pretty much just where I've been and pretty much what's going on in my life at the moment. So yeah, I think it's been about a year now since I've actually posted on even my Instagram. I know it's definitely been a year since I posted on YouTube. I think it may be just under a year since I posted on Instagram as well. I know sometimes I will randomly post a story or something on my Instagram. So you guys have probably seen glimpses of things that I've been doing and stuff. But I thought I'd give you guys an update of sort of where I am at now with my mental health and sort of where I've been. Because I actually built a lovely community of people on my Instagram, people that I am still in touch with now, some of them. So some of you will know bits and bobs, but obviously it's a long thing, so I thought I'd make a video and just update you guys. So it was never my intention to go MIA from all my socials, but I've still been posting on TikTok, but not recovery content, just random videos on TikTok. But I don't think any of you guys have my TikTok. But also with my account, my Instagram account being a recovery account, just posting recovery content on there, I just didn't. The last year, since I haven't been posting, I've had a lot go on mentally, and I didn't feel that it would be right for me to keep posting recovery content. I felt it would be a bit hypocritical, because I can't really sit there and post positive things and do you know what I mean, when I'm not really doing great myself. It just felt a bit hypocritical. And with the YouTube, so that was mainly started because I did have a couple of people that I met through my Instagram that suggested me starting a YouTube. So that was pretty much started through that. So I posted my first and only video, which was my mental health Q&A. I don't really remember what the questions and stuff were. I'll probably have to go back and watch that video at some point. But my answers may be different now, so if you guys want another Q&A, then I can do another Q&A. Just let me know what video stuff you guys want to see. But I think with my YouTube, I had every intention to keep uploading and stuff, but it was also at the same time it was I wasn't really sure what to post, because I had some of you saying that you really liked my first video, and that you'd like to see more stuff, but it was sort of don't know what to post sort of thing. It was one of them, so I think that's kind of what happened with the YouTube. But with the Instagram, again, my mental health was just really fast, going down really fast, downhill very fast, there we go, that's the right words. And it just didn't feel right. But anyway, so things are very different now to how they were before. So when I was posting my recovery content and when I posted my YouTube video, I was actually living with my mum, and my brother and my 2 sisters, and I now live alone. So yeah, I don't really have much contact with my family. I'm still in contact with them, just not like a lot, if that makes sense. It's a very like complicated situation that I'm not gonna go into on my YouTube or Instagram or anything really. That's sort of something that I'm gonna keep private, just for me and my like people that are close to me to know, if that makes sense. Like people that I'm close with, like friends and stuff, they know the whole situation and everything. Like I have people around me supporting me. It's just a bit of a private thing, if that makes sense. And obviously I know mental health, like the mental health stuff is also personal, but I feel with the mental health stuff, it's only me, like it's personal stuff about me that I'm sharing. If I went into family stuff on my YouTube, on my Instagram, it's not just me, do you know what I mean? It's like other people's personal stuff as well. So I don't feel that it would be right to go into that fully on my socials. But yeah. So I was actually in hospital for my mental health about a year ago. It was August last year. I'd just come back from my holiday to Mexico. I don't know if I ever posted about that or anything on my socials, but I did go on holiday to Mexico and it was really nice. I was also meant to go on another holiday to Dubai, which I didn't end up going on. My family still went, but I didn't want to go. That was my choice, not to go. But yeah, things were a bit like I sort of needed to be away from certain people, so I moved in with a friend that I no longer speak to now, but she was a really good friend at the time, and nothing really happened for us to stop speaking. It was more of like a, you know when you just drift from someone, it's like one of them. So I met a friend at college and we got like really close, like really quick. I think we kind of related in some areas with anxiety. And yeah, so I moved in with her for a bit and her family just after I came out of hospital. So I came out of hospital and I went into a recovery house for 7 days, and then after the recovery house I then moved in with my friend. And I think I was living there for about 7 months, something like that. So yeah, I was living with my friend for 7 months. We obviously went to the same college. It was the summer holidays at the time when I moved in with her, so obviously we wasn't going to college at the time. But when I did go back to college, it was a bit of a like shock for everyone sort of thing. Like everyone was really surprised that we were like then living together. And yeah, my friend and her family, they were all lovely. They all like her mum, my friend and her mum were very loving and made me feel like very welcome and made me feel like a part of the family, and I love them for that. Honestly, they're lovely people. But towards the end, my mental health was still quite up and down while I was living with them. I was trying to like balance my mood, obviously because I have BPD, so my mood's a bit like this, like you never know which way it's gonna go, but it was quite unstable at the time. I was just coming off of antipsychotics, like I was trying to pretty much sort out my meds and stuff. So it was all a big, like, I don't know, a lot of big changes, pretty much. And yeah, so my mental health was very up and down, and I think in the end it kind of just got a bit much for everyone, which, like, I don't know, obviously not everyone's gonna fully understand unless they've been through it themselves, and I think it sort of got to a point where it was just too much for them to deal with, and that's fair enough. Do you know what I mean? So I got my own place. I went into emergency temporary accommodation and was moved half-hour drive away from my hometown. So I was up there for I moved in with my friend in August and left in I moved out in February. So February this year is when I went into the emergency temporary accommodation. I was there until late April, I think. Halfway through April, I think I moved out of there because I was contacted and told that there was a place back in my hometown that was a long-term temporary accommodation, which is where I am now. And I'll be here for a couple of years apparently, something like 2 to 3 years. I don't know. I don't know how long specifically, if that makes sense. But I know it's around 2 to 3 years, can be longer. But yeah, so now I'm here, back in my hometown, close to all my friends and my family and stuff, which is really good. But when I was in the emergency temporary accommodation, because it was further away from my mental health team, they wanted to discharge me not discharge me, but transfer my care to the new area that I was in. But even though I did keep telling them I am my plan is to come back, I am actively trying to move back, and I'm actively getting evidence and stuff of why I need to be back in my hometown, stuff mental health sort of evidence that it's better for me here, if that makes sense. So yeah, I was in the middle of sorting that out, and they were sort of I think because it was too far from them or something, pretty much just was trying to get rid of me. But even with my GP, they didn't discharge me or anything. They knew the situation and they was fine with me still keeping the same GP, which is strange how they were fine with it and the mental health team wasn't. Don't know why that is, but yeah. And then because I was all that way and I pretty much said I don't want my care transferred, they obviously couldn't do it without my consent, and they pretty much just kind of gave up with me, stopped contacting me about appointments and stuff like that, pretty much just left me to it. And then I actually moved back here, and I think I'd been here for about a week and a half or something, and then I had a letter saying that they were discharging me from the mental health team for not engaging, when I actually wasn't being contacted by them at all. So there was no way for me to not engage because they wasn't even contacting me, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's pretty confusing. Anyway, so I made a formal complaint about obviously being discharged while still struggling with my mental health, and I think that was about 3 weeks ago now, and I still haven't heard anything back, which is brilliant. I mean, it's typical of the mental health system. Is not great. It's very what do you call it, their budgeting is very low, so I think they try to discharge people because of budgeting. I don't know, but they're crap. And I think all of you will agree with me on that. Well, most of you. Not everyone has had bad experiences, but most people that have been under a mental health team have had a bad experience. But sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes people will have like a really good experience and have like a good care coordinator and stuff, but I'm not one of them people, unfortunately. I think I know like one person that's actually had a good experience, and other than that, everyone else I know has something bad to say about them. But it is what it is. Anyway, so I did end up getting in touch with my GP, and because they, in the letter it said my care was being transferred back to my GP or something like that, so I spoke to them and they've now referred me back to the mental health team. So I'm now waiting to hear from them. Bearing in mind, I was also on the waiting list for therapy through my mental health team, which I was told it was going to be a 6-month maximum wait. The waiting list was meant to be 6 months maximum, and it then went up to 9 months and I was still waiting. And that whole thing is going to be restarted now, which is brilliant. Just brilliant. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, it really doesn't. Nothing really surprises me with the mental health team anymore, I'm not gonna lie. But enough of that. That's pretty much where my life is at the moment. And mental health wise, I'm doing a lot better than I was. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm definitely doing a lot better. I still, don't get me wrong, I still have my moments. I still have like my bad days, my bad moments, but it's not all the time like it used to be. Like, it used to be like every day, and now it's probably like once a month or something like that, or a couple of times a month. But it's not like, and it's not also how many bad days I've had, it's also how I've reacted to them bad days, if that makes sense. Like, before, if I had a bad day, it would I would resort to self-harming, and now it's like I'm having a bad day, so I think, like, what do I need right now? Like, do I need to be on my own? Do I need to be with someone? Do I need to do something to keep my mind distracted? Do I just want to lay in bed and watch TV? Like, do I want to get up and do something creative? Like, I've changed the way I deal with it, if that makes sense. So rather than going straight to, I'm going to go and hurt myself, is what can I do to make myself feel better? Which I think has definitely made a big difference, because I think when you're using the bad coping mechanisms, it's like you feel guilty after, like you get the guilt after, and you get the, like, you feel the shame, and it's like a never-ending cycle. Like, oh, sorry, itchy eye. Because the thing is about addiction is you don't just do something like, say like an alcoholic, they have a drink, they get drunk, it doesn't make them feel better. It's sort of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just a way of coping. Like, do you know what I mean? I can't think of any way else I can explain it.
2 hours later.
When an alcoholic has a bad day and they drink, if they drink, they're more likely to keep drinking, like, every day, because they've realised that it sort of numbs them a bit, so then they'll do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next week, like, you know, the next month, the next week, like, do you know what I mean? Like, they'll keep doing it, because it's, I think, like, even, I don't know if alcohol releases, I don't know, but I know with self-harm, I think it releases endorphins, it does something, and it sends some chemical to your brain, and it's like a release, if that makes sense. I'm not I'm not very good at explaining it. That's the thing, like, mental health is such a difficult thing to explain. It's one of them things, if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you don't. It's one of them. Like, you can't, there's no, like, you can't make someone understand. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, I don't know. It's just a really difficult thing. It's just one of them things, if you've been through it, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, but if you haven't, you're gonna be like, I don't know what you mean. But yeah, I think what I'm trying to say is, where I was in that never-ending cycle of self-harm before, it's like when you do it once, you've got to do it again and again and again. It's like you have to keep doing it. And then once you break that cycle, you still, like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I don't get them thoughts anymore, because I get them every day. I'm not going to lie to you, I get them every day. And it's how you deal with that. Do you know what I mean? There is no... I can't sit here and be like, oh, there's a way to get rid of it, because I don't know that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's something that ever goes away. But for me, in my personal experience, that's something that's never left me, is them thoughts and them urges. It's something that I still have daily. But it's not like... It's not an urge anymore. It's more of a passing thought, like, oh, this thing went wrong. Like, you know, it's just... That is how my brain has... What my brain has resorted to for such a long time, that it sort of becomes normal. It becomes normal. And it's just breaking that pattern. And once you break that pattern, it's so much easier. But once you're actively in that, like, you're not just experiencing, like... How do I explain? Like, when you're having a bad day, right? That's caused by your mental health. But if you're actively in addiction, that's also gonna make you not feel good. Do you know what I mean? There is no person out there that things like self-harm, alcohol or drugs, nothing like that has ever permanently, like, fixed them. Do you know what I mean? It's not a permanent solution. It's a temporary thing. It's something you do in the moment to feel better, but it doesn't work in the long run. Yeah, I'm gonna stop waffling about that now anyway, because it's something that I could talk about all day, but we don't have that time. I can sit here and I can say to you to think of things in a different way, and I can tell you to do this instead of doing that. But I can't tell you, like, I can't make you do that, do you know what I mean? I can't, like, you have to want to do it for yourself, if that makes sense. And you can't force, like, if you know someone that's struggling, you can't force them into recovery. It's got to be something that they are ready to do and want to do. And I know it's hard, because sometimes you just want to help someone, but you can't push them into that. And I can't sit here and, like, what do you call it, like, give you like a, like, because I've had people say to me, how did you go from doing that every day to not doing that? I don't, like, and my answer is I don't know. Like, the only proper answer I can think of is just that things just changed over time, and one day I just started thinking differently. And rather than going straight to self-harm, I just do other things, you know? There's no immediate fix, there's no immediate solution. You just have to figure it out yourself sometimes. But whether you take that advice, that's up to you. All I can do is give the advice, I can't, you know. But anyway, so that's how I'm at mentally at the moment. I'm going to answer this now, because I know it's probably, if I do actually do another Q&A, it's most likely going to come up. So I don't, what do you call it? So when I said earlier on in the video about rather than going straight to self-harm, I do other things to, like, instead of that, if that makes sense. I'm not going to sit here and be like, it works every time, because it doesn't. Sometimes I do have my moments, and I think most people in recovery do. Most people in recovery do have a relapse. And relapse doesn't mean that it's, like, if you're doing it every day, that's not a relapse. That is actively self-harming. Relapse is more like once in a blue moon type of thing. Like, you know, so you go like a long time without it, and then all of a sudden, like, you do it again, and then it's like another long time without it. And yeah, so I do have small moments where I have done it, but I'm sorry, I was my brain was having one of them moments, you know, where you're just talking and all of a sudden it's like your brain goes blank and you're like, what was I saying? Like, you just freeze. It's one of them moments. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is I'm not actively in that anymore. I'm in recovery. So I can't sit here and be like, it will never happen again and stuff, and I can't sit here and be like, it hasn't happened in the last couple of months, because it has. But what I'm saying is it's not often anymore. It's like once, maybe every 2 months, roughly. So it's improved so much. So much. But yeah, so I am, to cut a long story short, I am doing a lot better now. Like I said before, I've got a lot of support around me, friends-wise, and yeah, I've got a lovely group of friends. They're all very supportive, and you know, I know that I can go to them if I like need them. So yeah, I think I'm hungry. Don't know if you hurt my stomach. But yeah, as I was saying, I've got a lot of supportive people around me, and I think that is probably what has also really helped, is cutting off all of the negativity and surrounding myself with positive people that want to help me and not hurt me. But anyway, as always, my messages are always open. And yeah, I'll try not to leave it so long this time until my next video. But yeah, love you guys.